Hello, it's Jenny from BuggyBaby, and today we're going to be looking at two different Hauck pushchairs. The first one we're going to look at is the Citi Neo II, and we're also going to be looking at the Sport Pushchair. So we've got the Citi Neo II here from Hauck. This is in the caviar stone colour, and you can see this is a three-wheeler pushchair we've got here to look at. So we're going to have a look inside the box. We're going to assemble it, and then we can have a look all around the pushchair, see what it does and how it works. Let's get it open. So we've got a really good sturdy box here, very well packaged. Get it open. Oh, so well packaged, it's quite hard to get into. There we go. Okay. Now this retails at £99. And this pushchair is suitable to about 4 years from birth. It lies flat, so you can use it from birth, and you can combine this with a carry cot. There is a carry cot available that you can put on if you'd prefer to use that rather than the lie flat of the seat. So let's empty this out. Have a look and see what we've got in here. A rain cover, perfect. It's always nice to know that's included so that you don't have to purchase one. We have got what looks like a cup holder that's going to go onto the pushchair. Here's our back bar. So we're going to attach the wheels to that. Oh, these are our front wheels, front swivel wheels. They're very big, so that's going to, looks like it's going to be really good to push. There's our back wheels. The maximum load on this, so like, although it says about 4 years, the maximum load is 25 kilograms. But when we say maximum load, you need to bear in mind if you've got anything sitting in your basket, because that is included in the total weight. So somewhere around 22 kilograms if you're using the basket, otherwise up to 25 kilograms. So it's got a very long life, this pushchair, which will make it really great value, especially for the price point of £99. You're really going to get your money's worth on this one. So let's set it all up, and then we can have a look at how it works. So first up, we're going to get the back bar on. So that involves popping these wheels into place. So if you can see here on the bar, you've got these little pins. We need to pull them out. Be careful of the washers. There we go. The pins are going to be used to keep the wheels in place. So make sure that the washers stay in place and you don't lose them when you're moving the bar around. And then the wheel is going to go on like this. Pop that into place. And then you're going to use this pin. There's a little hole just here. And we're going to use the pin to hold the wheel in place. It's a little bit fiddly, but there we go. Turn it round, make sure that washer's on. Let's grab that wheel. There we go. It's going in. Grab the pin. Find the hole again, just there. And then in that pops. Hopefully. There you go. And that's your back bar ready. Just before we pop this onto the frame, you get these little caps here. They're just for decoration really, but they're just going to cover up that pin. They pop into place. There we go. So now we're ready just to pop this back bar onto the frame. So make sure you've got it facing the right way, so the brakes are facing out. And it will just pop on. There we go. So I've got here the drinks holder. Now let's get this in. It looks like, I can see here, these two little bits. It looks like we need to pop that in so that the holes align. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, okay. Get this hood out of the way. Ah, there we go. Okay, so that's in place. Very useful feature. Pop your drink in there, pop your baby's drink in there. And then lastly, we've got this bumper bar. Now this will just insert in. So as you can see, you've got these little silver bits here. You want them to align with the shape on the frame. It's just going to push into place. There we go. Click it into place. There's a bumper bar, and obviously you can remove that if you don't want to use that. Maybe when your baby's getting a bit bigger and they don't need it anymore. But it's quite a handy thing to have when they're small. Let's have a look at how we fold this down. So I think this part here is how we're going to fold this. Let's push the hood down, and it looks like, oh yeah, I'm going to twist it. Oh, and push it down. There we go. That was easy. That's a nice one-handed fold, that. Really simple to do. Okay, so it folds down quite well. Obviously a little bit bulky, but no problems at all to get that into the back of a car or to store that at home. Now let's try and get it back up as well. Let's see how easy it is to do that. There we go. Just clicks into place. Really easy, that. So I will show you that fold again. So we're going to use the little handle bit here, push it down, and it just collapses. Simple. I'm going to have a look now at how to strap your baby in. So let's have a look here. Right, so we've got some pads here, so that's going to help for comfort. I can see on here you can move these straps into a lower position if you want to. So if we have a look at the back here, you can see here, you're going to push that through all the way, and then that's going to loosen that strap, and then you would just insert it in the lower position. So that's going to grow with your baby, which is really useful. Let's have a look here. Press the button. So I'm done, and I'm going to strap my baby in. Here's my baby. Right, let's get you in. We can adjust the straps as you would expect. So let's shorten these a little bit for our baby. There we go. Sorry, little baby. Okay, so I can see here we need to slot this into place. I'd imagine you can just keep it like that. Yep, because that side's the same. And then in it slots. Pretty simple, isn't it? You can make all the adjustments you need. And then this here also adjusts, so you can lie it flat. And then you can move it all the way down when your baby's a bit bigger and they don't need to have their legs up. Not really sure what that bit is. We can have a look at that later, find out what that is. And then we'll have a look to see how we adjust the back. Okay. So all pushchairs adjust differently at the back. This one looks to me like it's going to slot into place, which suggests that it probably only has a few different positions that you can have it in. So I think we would need to put, yep, that's right, pull this. And then we can slot it into place to the next position. So this is moving the bar in and out. Okay, it's really secure once you've got it in position. Let's do that again. That's your lie flat position. Perfect for a newborn. You might want to pop a liner on there, make it a little bit more snug for your baby, but it's nice and flat. They'll be able to sleep easily in that. Let's push it up. So pop it into place. There we go, that's mid position. And then if we want them all the way up, There they are. Then we've got baby sitting upright. Now, I think I've worked out what this bit is for here. So I've removed the bumper bar, which you can do by using these little black buttons here. And I think this goes through the bumper bar. Push that back on. And what it does is it just provides a little bit more safety for your child there. So that means that well, obviously they'll be strapped in, but I'm guessing that just helps to keep them a bit safer in the buggy. And then once you've removed the bar, that would just sit flat down there. You wouldn't even notice that you've got it. So it's just a little extra safety feature by the look of it. Let's have a look around this buggy. Have a look at the hood. Really good size hood there. I can see we've got a little ventilation mesh part here, so you can keep an eye on your baby. And that's also going to help in the summer months just to keep them a bit cooler. There's a little bit of Velcro there that keeps that down. We've got a pocket here, be useful for little bits and pieces. Let's have a look at this. There's Velcro on there, so that would suggest to me that that's going to attach and keep them nice and dry if it's raining. And then of course it comes with a rain cover. So in your nice sized basket back here, it's quite shallow, the basket, but you have got plenty of room in there for a few bits and pieces. You can keep your rain cover in there. Now the material's nice and sturdy. The seat is quite padded down there, quite padded up the top, so you know that your child's going to be comfortable in there. And the rain cover obviously is just going to go over the hood and all the way round. The handle is nice and padded. You've got some foam on there. That's going to make it really comfortable for you when you're pushing. And the actual pushing of the pushchair, really smooth. The swivel wheel's great. You're not going to have any problems there. It's obviously quite a chunky size really, but that is because it's going to last your child until they're 4 years old, so you do need that extra room. This looks like it will be a great off-road pushchair with the free wheels, and if you are going over very bumpy terrain, you'd want to lock that front wheel because that makes it easier to move it around. But it is really nice to push, easy to push with one hand. You're not going to have any problems there. The wheels are made of plastic, so you don't have to worry about getting a puncture, and they are really good size as well, which does make it nice and easy to push. Today we're having a look at the Hauck Sport Pushchair. This one here is suitable from birth to about 3 years old, or that's 15 kilograms. So we're going to have a look inside the box, put it all together, and let's see what it does. We're looking at the version in the charcoal stone, so let's have a look inside here. Very nicely packaged up, nice sturdy box. Let's see how it comes. So looking inside the box, we can see it's all packaged up in different parts here, so we're going to have to put this together. So let's empty this out. There we go, and I can see there we've got the frame. We're going to have the wheels inside there. It comes with a rain cover. Perfect. And there we go, we can see the wheels and the bumper bar, and somewhere inside here will be the instructions as well. Right, let's get the plastic off of here. Unwrap it all. Take the wheels out. So they're going to be the front swivel wheels. These are the wheels for the back. You see you've got all the parts in there to get that all together. There's the bumper bar. And here are the instructions. Okay, so I've got the instructions in front of me here, and I can see that I've got all of the parts in the box, everything we need there. And then I just need to follow these instructions to get the frame up and then attach the wheels. So we need to get the frame up first. Here we go, that's clicked into place fine. And then we're going to work out how to put the wheels on. So it's telling us we're going to start with the back bar. Okay, so to put this bar together, looking at the instructions, we need to take these little clips out. If you can just see these on the end here, there's a little hole at the end of the bar that they've been put into. I believe they're going to secure the wheels on. So make sure the washer's on. Definitely need that. Pop the wheel in. That's a nice click. And then this little washer, this little bar pin, is going to go through. Get that in. Oop, let's try that again. Can you see the little hole? That's where we're trying to get it. There we go. We clip that in. And I think this would just go on top. We can work that out. Yeah, there we go. So let's do the other side. Pop the washer on. Let's get the wheel. Okay, so you can see that, which way the wheel's going on. Clip it in. Get the little pin again. Find a hole. And that's just keeping the wheel in place, I guess. Okay. Pop the little grey part on. I'm guessing the grey part is just decorative, really. I'm not sure there's much need for it other than it making it look nice, but that is the back bar together. So now we're going to put that onto the pushchair. So we should just be able to slot the back bar on. So I'm looking at this and thinking this is going to be the brakes, this part here. So we'll have to pop it on this way. Okay. Bear with me, trying to get this in. Ooh. Let's turn it over so you can see what I'm trying to do here. Okay. Going to clip into place, I would have thought. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that just clips on. We can see that's the brakes there. You can see how the brakes will work. So for the front wheels, I'm thinking that these need to come off, otherwise I don't really understand how that will go on. Okay, this looks about right. So this looks like it should just clip onto place, and these are swivel wheels as well, so I don't think it's going to matter which way round they go. They just need to clip into place. There we go. Get the other wheel. Make sure the washer stays on. You do need the washer to be there. Clip this one in. That's clipped into place. They seem nice and sturdy. Let's lift this up. So let's get the bumper bar on. So this is just going to slot into place. You can see here. We're going to slot it in. There we go. And if you were going to remove it, you would just need to use these little bits here, push them in, and the bumper bar comes straight out. When you get this out of the box, you will notice straight away how light this is. Now, this is one of the selling points of this pushchair. Very, very lightweight, so they recommend that it's perfect for built-up urban areas, and also great if you have to use it on public transport, because sometimes some pushchairs are quite big and bulky. They're quite hard to get on and off. If you're getting off a train, off a bus, this is very light. It's 5.9 kilograms, so very, very light. And it steers really nicely. Those swivel wheels are lockable if you need to. But you can see It's really easy to steer even with just one hand. We'll have a look at the adjustment of the backrest. Now, as I said at the start, this is suitable from birth to about 3 years old. So they say about 15 kilograms, give or take a couple, because you might have stuff in the basket and you do need to bear that in mind. So there's a maximum load of 18 kilograms on this. So for the backrest, we can see there we've got it on lie flat. So this is as flat as it's going to go. So you can put your new ball in there. You might want to put a liner or something in that to make them a bit more snug, a bit more comfortable if you've got a brand new ball in the in the pushchair. But it is suitable from birth, so you don't have to put a liner on. It's just what you prefer. And then let's have a look at this. Okay, so it's quite standard, this. It's one of these adjustments where you can have it in any position, because you're just gonna press on the little button and push it up, press on the little button here and put it down. So you can pick and choose a comfortable position for your child. Also, you won't have to get them out of the pushchair if you want to move the backrest up, or if you want to put it down if they're going to sleep. Really easily done. You can see here the basket. It's a really good size for a small pushchair. So we can put our rain cover in there. You can be able to fit a bit of shopping in there, any essentials. It's quite a high side to the basket, so nothing's going to come out, nothing's going to get lost. And if we have a look while we're down here at the wheels, they're plastic wheels, so they can't puncture. Nice and sturdy. And they're, like we looked at before, here's your brake, so that's your foot brake. So you're going to be able to push that down with your foot, and then you just flick it back up. So that's, as most buggies are, that is how you find the brake. Okay, let's spin this round. I think we can adjust here the footrest. Yes, we can. So there's little buttons there. You'd want to press both the buttons at the same time. That'll push it all the way down. That's great for when your child starts getting bigger and their legs are dangling down a bit more. Obviously, when they're a bit smaller, you'll want to put it up, and that's going to give them a bit more comfort as well. That's very easy to do. We've got a 5-point harness here. Okay. We've got a little padded part there to keep them a bit more comfortable. I can see here that you can adjust the straps, so you're going to be able to move them down and up depending on the size of your child. Let's have a look on the back here. Yeah, so all you would need to do is take these through. There we go. And then you would just push it into the lower slot. So you might want it like that when they're first born, and obviously as they get bigger then you can move them back up here. And we can see here, here's our clasp. This is all adjustable. Everything here you can adjust. And you would just clip them into place. And there we go, to undo it. That's really simple, that works really easily. So hopefully if your child is wriggling around in the pushchair, you'll be able to get them in the pushchair, all strapped up without any problems. Let's have a look at the hood now. Okay, let's go around here. That's the hood out. Oh, we've got a little pocket there. That'd be useful, wouldn't it? And then this looks like you can give your child a little bit more protection by here we go, by securing the Velcro. So this attaches to the hood. Must have another little bit around here. There we go. There's another bit of Velcro there, so that must attach to something. Around this way. So that's a good size hood. They're going to be protected from the sun, even more so if they're lying flat actually. That will give them quite good protection. Quite thin, the material on the hood, but perfectly good for when you're out and about and they need to have a little bit of cover on there, whether it's from sun or the rain. And then, as we've looked at already, it includes the rain cover, so you don't have to worry about that. And that will just pop over the hood, over the whole pushchair. I'm not going to unwrap that now, but you can see that that is included. So that is a great advantage of this pushchair, already having that included, because it's something less that you need to buy. So I'm just having a little wheel around with it. As we looked at already, very simple to push, then no problems at all. Now, if you were going over cobbly streets, sand, anything that's not particularly smooth, you can lock the wheels. Let's have a look at how we do that. There we go, just push that up. You need to have it in place there. There, you lock the wheels. And that just means that you can take it over any terrain and the wheels will keep nice and still for you, so it's easier to push when you're in any bumpy areas. And then to unlock it, we're just going to push it down, push that one down, and then we'll swivel in again. So let's have a look and see how we fold this back down. Now it should be quite an easy one. So I can see here we've got these little handles on both sides. So I'm going to pull them up, both at the same time, and then it just folds down. There we go, really small fold, very compact, actually very tiny, that fold. So that will be great to put into the boot. If you've got a really small car, that'd be perfect. Or if you're traveling on public transport, that's going to fold up really nicely. And by the looks of it, you'll be able to keep that, push it into a corner, keep that upright, and it's not going to take up any space at all. And then that's just open that up again. Clicks into place, and you've got it open. I've got my little baby in here now. So I'm going to fasten in the little baby. I'm assuming when you've got a real baby in there, they're not going to sit quite as still as this one is. But there we go. Let's have a look at how we adjust these straps properly. Get baby fastened in. And then we're going to adjust the back of the pushchair with the baby sitting in there, so you can see how easy it is. Okay, lay it round. Baby wants to go to sleep. So we're just going to pull that down. There we go. And baby is lying down. You can get it flatter than that, but there you go. That shows how that works with the baby in. So you can see that that's going to be really simple for you to do, and how simple it is to still push the buggy around when you have a baby in. And this is a weighted baby, so it's quite realistic. There we go. So a great lightweight pushchair, really slimline. You can see how small it is. Really easy to push, and it would be fantastic for if you're out and about in an urban area, you're walking around shops, you don't need a bulky buggy. Maybe you could have it as your second buggy. It's a really reasonable price point, so you could have this as a second buggy. It could be sitting at the grandparents' house, at the childminder's house, or if you just want to take it out and about when you're on holiday, or if you are using public transport. Very sturdy, looks, feels really well made. The material feels great, and I'm sure that your child's going to be very comfortable in there. And you can see that it's not going to take them much past 3 years old, but for the price point you're going to get brilliant value from it anyway, so that doesn't really appear to be a problem. Obviously once they get past that age, their legs are going to be dangling down, and you might find this starts getting too thin for them here. going to have a look at the Citi Neo II and the Sport side by side so we can have a look at the differences of both of them. So if we start off with the Sport, this is the lightweight one. So this is 5.9 kilograms, really light, quite narrow. This one here, the Citi Neo, is 7.3 kilo. Still really quite light, but obviously a bit more weighting it than the Sport. Now, if we put them side by side, you can see the differences in the seat. So you've got a lot more room in this seat, which is why this is suitable up until about 4 years old. This is a much smaller seat, therefore you would expect it to not go up quite as much in the age range. This is up to 3 years old. The material of the seats are, from what I can see, very similar. There doesn't seem to be much difference at all in the material, so you can be quite confident that your child's going to be as comfortable in either one of these. But they are really for different uses, so it's quite hard to do a complete comparison, because the Sport is suitable for if you're out and about shopping, if you're going on to transport, maybe if you need a second buggy, or if you have a very small space to store it. Whereas this one here, the freewheeler, this is great for off-road, as a general all-round pushchair. Perhaps this would be your everyday pushchair, and this would be one that you keep at grandma's house or at the childminder's. So it's hard to directly compare them and give you which one is better, because it really depends on what you're using them for. Let's have a look at some other parts of this. So we strap the baby in the same way in both pushchairs. Both have got this padding on the straps. Both of them have got adjustable leg rests. They're exactly the same, you just push them in. There's no difference at all in those. Both of them have a bumper bar. The only difference here is the Citi Neo has got this extra part, security part here. This doesn't. Both have got swivel wheels. Obviously you've got 4 wheels on here, 3 wheels on here. Both swivel and both are lockable, which means that you can use them on any terrain. You would just lock the wheels if you were going over anything that's bumpy. Let's turn them around. Have a look at the baskets. Okay, so on the Sport, we've got a nice deep basket. You're not going to have any worries there about anything falling out. On the Citi Neo, it is a much shallower basket, so you would have to be careful about how much you pop in there, just so that nothing falls out. Both of them come with rain covers. A really useful feature. Both come with little storage pockets on the hood. If we turn them around, let's look at the hoods against each other. Okay, the hood on a Citi Neo is a lot sturdier. You can see that because you've got the extra ridge here. You also have the ventilation part on the Citi Neo. On the Sport, it's a lot more basic. It's a lot more flimsy in comparison, and you don't have this ventilation part at the top, so you don't have like a little peekaboo window. Both of these pushchairs have different ways to adjust the back. So on the Citi Neo, we adjust it using this frame here, and it has 3 different positions for your child to go in. So that's the upright, that's the mid-range, that's the lie flat. This is really easy to use, very sturdy, just do it with one hand. You can be able to do that when the baby's in there as well, without any problems. On the Sport, you have a strap here to do the adjustment, so it's very different. And you would use this, push it up, and then you would just press the button in and put it down to where you want the seat to lie, just like this, which does mean you can put it in lots of different positions. However, It's slightly more fiddly to use than this one here. We have to remember the prices are different as well. So we've got £57 here and £99 here. So you would expect this one to have slightly more features than the Sport. On the Citi Neo, we've got a cup holder. We don't have that on the Sport. The handle on the Citi Neo is a lot more sturdy, nice and comfortable. This is still got some padding, but it's thinner. This is for sure going to be a lot more comfortable on your hands, but then as this is an all-round pushchair, you will probably be using this one for longer than perhaps one that you're just taking out to the shops or using as a second pram. Another point of difference on the two pushchairs is the way that they fold down. So on the Citi Neo, this is a one-handed fold. Let's see, done, really easy. This one here you will need two hands. So on the Sport, you've got the little levers on either side. You would just pull them up and then it would fold down. So both very easy to fold, but clearly a one-handed fold is a good bonus, especially if you're holding a baby or you've got some shopping with you or something like that. The brakes are really the same on both. It's just a standard brake system. So you're going to use your foot to push it down and then use your foot to push it back up. So there's really no differences there. Both of the pushchairs push very easily, really nice. I would say, in my opinion, that the Citi Neo is slightly nicer to push. I do like a freewheeler though, so I'm a bit biased on that, but it is really, really easy to push round. Not that this one isn't, but if we're making comparisons, this is just a little bit easier. So there we have the Sport and the Citi Neo II next to each other. Both great pushchairs, really, really good price points for both of them as well. I hope this video has helped make up your mind if either of these are suitable for you and which one you would like. And if you want any more information, you can go on to buggybaby.co.uk.